Hello, it's time for another Boozang feature release. We just did our major release at the beginning of the year, and now we've rolled out a couple of more changes, but there should be another feature release already this or next week. We're rolling out quite a lot of features. As usual, if you want to find the release notes, you will go to the Boozang homepage in the forum, which you can also find in the footer under release notes. And it's going to be this feature release 9.11 deployed. So let's go over some of the changes. First thing, we had a CSV editor save issue. When you were working in the CSV editor, you could actually get some problems. So that was our only bug fix this time. And then there is a bunch of fixes related to AI modeling and also on the editor side, and another new feature where we set the data on replay. So let me show you really quickly in the tool. If I go to the new release here and I launch one of the projects, one of the things you can see, if you go into, for instance, a CSV file here, I'm just going to go back and make sure everything is rolled back here under modifications. Okay, so I'll revert all my changes, and this is new with the new major release. And then I'll go back here and I will start, maybe I'll add a column here. Let's say something that makes sense. This column is banana 3, and then I've also fill in these. Here we'll have a pear, and here we'll have apple, pear, and kiwi fruit, and then we'll just add an additional row as well. And when we do this, you can see that under the modifications, if I go back here, when we look at the diff, this diff renders much more pretty, so you can clearly see the updates you've done to the CSV. And this is especially good when you're synchronizing with new data for your cucumber test cases, because that is stored as CSV. You can go here into the lab, and what we did before is that we allow you to automatically create data-driven tests. Well, in this case, we notice that it's very often we want to change the data. So instead of changing the data here directly on parameters, when you press the play again, we actually display the data. So you can go again, play with default data, but you can also go in and edit the data here on the fly. So I will do this Mats, and I will change the last name. And this is only temporarily setting the data, okay? It doesn't change the parameter. You can stop it and continue playing with the data. So for instance, when you run this, it's very powerful to be able to, for instance, stop in the middle of a test, press play again, and try some other data to make sure it works. If you refresh this browser and you press play again, this data will be cleared. So it's more like runtime data. So let us know if that is helpful. We're going to continue tinker a little bit more with this feature, and if you find that the CSV diff is working better.